And this key number, we've talked about it all off season last year. We talked about it all during the season, every game week. It's a big one for Josh Heupel as a head coach, now 6 years. When his team scores 30 or more, he's 53-8. When his team scores fewer than 30, 1-12, the only victory against Texas A&M. Okay, so something's going to give here because that number's either going to change and go to 2-12, or when he allows 26 points or fewer on defense, they're 38-0. Never lost a game he's given up less than 26. I think either that's going to be 38-1 or the other one's going to be 2-12 because I don't think you're going to get over 27 and over 30 the other way around. This Citrus Bowl Fact brought to you by Pipe Wrench. Don't wait for an emergency. Replace your old heating and cooling system with a new York heating and cooling system. That is a new York, not a New York, but a New York heating and cooling system from Pipe Wrench. PipeWrench.com to learn more. All right. The line has been all over the place. It opened at 7.5, Tennessee minus 7.5. Then it went to 8.5. Then the announcement was made that Iamaleava was going to start. It went from 8.5 to 6.5. Chuck walked in this morning, it was 5.5.
Yeah.
Then it dropped to 5. I just checked a few minutes ago, the consensus line back up to 6. So the line right now, Tennessee minus 6. The over-under is at 36. No half, so there could be a push. But we're going to get our picks in, and we'll have a little time to chat at the end. Let's start with Chucky C-Note. Show people what you're doing.
Well, here's one thing. I know a lot of people are going to go under because in Iowa's 12 games during the season, 11 of them went under. Did you guys know that? The only one that went over was Michigan State in September. But you can call me, instead of Chucky C-Note, call me Chucky Salmon. I'm going to be swimming upstream with this pick. Kind of like it, didn't you, boys? So I'm going to take the Vols. I think Tennessee's going to get it done in the second half. Iowa can win the first half. Tennessee's going to win the second half. I think it just squeaks over, goes over the total. That's what I'm saying. Chucky Salmon.
Okay, the over. He takes the Vols and he takes the over. Bob Hodge, my partner in the balcony in the Muppet Show.
I go back to what I said earlier. I think Tennessee has lost so much off this team. I think people are counting on guys coming on the field, and they're counting on them being good. They're counting on them being above average. I'll believe it when I see it. I think there was a reason a lot of guys didn't play, and now you're counting on them. The reason they didn't play, they weren't as good as the guys that are out. So
doesn't mean they can't be good in the future.
Doesn't mean, and I could be wrong, and they could be great on Monday. I just wait and see.
All right, I'll be negative. Sorry. I was going to go Tennessee. I've been thinking Tennessee the entire way until I did the math. 5,100 snaps missing, 4,600 yards missing, 383 yards per game missing, 26 touchdowns missing. I look at Florida State. They didn't have their guys. Georgia had their guys. Georgia whipped them. I looked at Ohio State. They didn't have their guys. Missouri had their guys. Missouri beat them. I just think when you don't have your guys, that's a lot of production to replace. They may do it, but I'm going to take the safe bet and say they don't. Josh Ward, who wants to point out, co-pick champion.
Well, John, that's nice of you to mention.
Yeah.
The lone champion representative today.
Mike Stoll.
Wish Mike Stoll could be here. Like Mr. Salmon, I'm going to kind of with the over-under. I'm going to go Costanza because my initial thought is under. I mean,
to the opposite, yeah.
The Nebraska game the day after Thanksgiving, the over-under was 24 in the under.
Yeah.
That's remarkable. So I think there's a defensive player or two, there's a special teams player or two that can help bump this up, or maybe 4 overtimes that could help bump this up. Yeah, 36 points. And then I'm going to take Vols minus 6, somewhere in the 23 to 14 range.
Will Overstreet.
I am going to go with Tennessee to cover, and I'm going to take the under. I think this is going to be a trash game. I think if you want to punish your children for something that they have done wrong during the holidays, make them watch this football game. Or if you want them to not like football anymore, make them watch this football game. I think 16-6. I honestly think if Tennessee scores a touchdown, the game's over. I don't think Iowa can score a touchdown unless Tennessee screws up and allows them to. So I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game. I don't think Tennessee's going to look good, but I think they can play as poorly offensively as they did against Missouri or A&M and still win this game.
All right, very good. So 2 take Iowa, 3 take Tennessee. you know, the interesting thing is you never know what's going to happen in these things. Watch it be a 45-44 shootout. But on paper, I think this one could look a lot like that Missouri-Ohio State game the other night, which was not a fun game to watch. But stay with ABC and WATE all day tomorrow. 10 a.m. they've got their own pregame special. Be sure to watch that live from Orlando. Then watch all the postgame stuff that they'll do. The game right here on WATE tomorrow, 1 o'clock. We thank the WATE crew once again and for all you're doing as football. We'll be back next week with basketball. We wish you a very happy and safe new year. We'll see you next week. We'll see you next year. See you then.